So it seems that it's not just KSI in the thick of it, but Logan Paul as well. From releasing controversial products, basically causing the internet to explode, to endless lawsuits, which, by the way, now involves Lionel Messi. It seems that Logan Paul and his boxing buddy aren't having a great time at the moment. I mean, after the scams these two have tried to pull off, some would say this is well deserved, could maybe even be related to Jojo Siwa's song. We don't know. But what we do know is that you have to be a special breed to use your own child's birth as a continuous promo for your product.
Brand new to the world. Here we go.
Lunchly is now in stores.
Never mind the fact that Logan's on podcast still holding on to that grudge with Dan TDM.
Or
It's
is it
not even so much
TDM?
him. TDM.
Who is he? What is he?
Michael, I want to be careful with my answer.
Got it.
Because I believe it could offend some Dan TDM fans.
And of course KSI hasn't let it go either. He's still tweeting about it a whole month later. But what's worse is Logan and Meat Rider Mike acting like they don't know who Dan TDM is.
Who is Dan DMT?
Here's what I do know.
DMT?
Dan DMT.
Is that what it
Yes,
is?
yes.
He just has a drug channel where he
Yes.
smokes the toad all day?
Yes.
What does he do?
Well, he smokes the toad and he plays Minecraft.
Oh, he's a Minecrafter.
You're on the same platform, my dude. That's like walking into McDonald's and asking, who's this Ronald McDonald fella everyone's talking about? I mean, they're doing this on a podcast. Available on YouTube, a platform where Dan TDM has 29 million subscribers. Logan has 23 million? Interesting. But now that we've hopefully put that Dan TDM drama to rest, Logan finds himself in another bitter Twitter battle, this time with Tommy in it. So, Tommy posted a video discussing how YouTube has changed, and later didn't hesitate to throw a jab at Logan for promoting Prime during a podcast segment on the Gaza conflict. Yep, because when you're talking about global tragedies, nothing says appropriate timing like, oh, and by the way, we have new Prime flavors. At this point, Prime's marketing is so aggressive, it could sell sunscreen to vampires. But of course, Logan clapped back in the most high school way possible, digging up old DMs where Tommy was praising him, to which some of the public were taking Tommy's side. But Tommy didn't let it slide. He hit back, tweeting that if he had a baby and lost a beef with Tommy in it in the same week, he had basically ended all. Logan just couldn't help himself though. He kept digging up old private messages claiming Tommy was just mad because Logan was neglecting him. To which the public still seemed to be on Tommy's side. Because, let's be honest, Logan's Twitter arguments are taking more time than his actual responsibilities. Like, say, raising his newborn baby. I mean, let's talk priorities, Logan. You're almost in your 30s, you've got a baby, a lawsuit with Messi, and you're out here beefing with pretty much innocent YouTubers? But talking about lawsuits, let's dive into the juicy world of lawsuits involving Logan Paul and KSI's Prime Hydration Company. It feels like every other week there's a new lawsuit flying their way. Seriously, Prime has been sued more times this year than I've had cold pizza for breakfast. And trust me, that's a lot. Big names and even bigger corporations have taken shots at Prime. We're talking everything from contract breaches to trademark and copyright violations. Yep, the full buffet of legal drama. Oh, and let's not forget that even the Olympics once decided to throw their hat in the suing ring. Yeah, nothing says hydration like a 5-ring trademark battle. But it doesn't stop there. Prime has also been on the receiving end of some smaller scale civil complaints, including one lawsuit that claimed that there were forever chemicals in their drink. Can you imagine? Forever chemicals. Sounds like the kind of thing you'd find in a superhero origin story, not a sports drink. Thankfully, that lawsuit was recently dismissed, so Prime can go back to being less radioactive than a Marvel villain. But let's not forget about Logan Paul's infamous CryptoZoo scandal. Unsurprisingly, he's been sued for that too. And it's a class action lawsuit, so yeah, Logan's keeping his lawyers busy.
What's the procedure?
Probably to the point where they've set up camp in his living room. But here's the latest. Mark Anthony International, which distributes Lionel Messi's sports drink, is the newest kid on the block to take legal aim at Prime. If you're not familiar with Mark Anthony International, they're the company handling Messi's hydration drink called Mass Plus. Yeah, because when Messi's not busy breaking ankles on the field, he's apparently breaking into the hydration game. Now, I was going to refer to him as the GOAT.
That's why he's the GOAT.
But you guys can let me know in the comments if it's Ronaldo or Messi. Heck, I mean, iShowSpeed might even be up there on the list.
Keepers, of course. Speed has fallen over.
Now, Mass Plus dropped in June 2024, and the internet immediately noticed something. It looks shockingly similar to Prime, which is true. I mean, anyone with eyes can see that. So now it's like the hydration version of who wore it better. Even Logan Paul and KSI chimed in, calling it out as a copycat.
Like, even the Ridge, like, come on, guys. Brother has just copied our homework. It's outrageous.
But Mark Anthony International isn't here to play games though. They hit Prime with a lawsuit, accusing them of anti-competitive practices. In non-legal language, they're saying Prime is trying to be the Thanos of sports drinks, snapping away all competition. So we've got drinks, we've got lawsuits, and we've got egos the size of a stadium. But let's rewind here quickly.
Like, even the Ridge, like, come on, guys. Brother has just copied our homework. It's outrageous.
Wait a second, didn't Logan Paul, KSI, and Mr. Beast just release a product awfully similar to Lunchables? Yeah, this lawsuit has Logan and KSI essentially calling Messi out for being too similar, while they're out here copying Lunchables. Hypocrisy at its finest, and it seems to be a trend for these two, as previously Logan Paul released this video saying he would not sue CoffeeZilla.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego flare, whatever it is, pride. I'm a fighter at heart, and I was defensive because I know I never scammed anyone with this project. I never made any money, never sold any tokens, and I only had the best intentions going in. But the fact is that suing CoffeeZilla is not going to help.
And after all that, he still went ahead and sued him. KSI has also previously said that he would not copyright strike anyone who reacts to his music. But now that everyone's been hating on him, you guessed it. He's getting videos copyrighted and even some videos taken down. But according to the lawsuit, Prime went straight to the source and demanded that Mass Plus change their packaging. They even threatened to sue for trademark infringement, which is pretty rich coming from the guys who are selling a drippy cheese version of Lunchables. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how absurd this is? Prime is out here crying foul, trying to get Messi a red card for copying their product when they have arguably done the same thing with an entire lunch category. If that's not ironic, I don't know what is. I mean, if Prime's going to sue Mass Plus, then it's only fair that Lunchables sues Lunchly, right? So, we never know. I might just be here in a few days telling you guys Logan Paul has yet another lawsuit on his hands, and this time it's Lunchables. Now, here's where things get a little more technical. The lawsuit from Mark Anthony International is seeking something called a declaratory judgment. Sounds fancy, but it's basically just a preemptive move to ensure that if Prime ever tries to sue Mass Plus, it'll be much harder for them to win. It's like saying, we're not copying you, but just in case you think we are, let's make it clear we're not, that sort of vibe. Mark Anthony even hired a survey expert to find out if people were getting confused between Prime and Mass Plus. Turns out people weren't confused because, you know, believe it or not, but people can actually read a label, and last time I checked, the words Prime and Mass Plus are pretty easy to tell apart. I mean, the bottle even has Messi's name on it. So yeah, this survey confirmed that people aren't out here buying Mass Plus thinking they're getting Prime, which throws a wrench in Prime's lawsuit dreams.
No! Fuck! Shit!
Then the lawsuit also highlights some of Logan Paul's most infamous moments, just to drive the point home. They brought up his notorious trip to Japan and his failed CryptoZoo project. So, almost like a greatest hit album of all the times Logan Paul has made headlines for all the wrong reasons. While Messi on the other hand is out here winning Ballon d'Ors. So, I mean, if I had to pick a drink without looking at the ingredients label, I would choose Messi's over Logan Paul, who's probably one questionable product away from being exiled to another planet.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
What's even crazier is that Logan seems to be a magnet for lawsuits, because this all happened just a few days after Logan celebrated the dismissal of the other big lawsuit that claimed Prime had forever chemicals. So yeah, talk about timing. In the end, this legal drama is far from over. So while Logan and KSI are beefing with Messi, Tommy Innit, Dan TDM, the Olympics, and probably their own reflections at this point, I guess the rest of us will be here with popcorn, waiting for the next chapter in this never-ending saga of chaos.